protection is given to their employees. Employment in this sector is characterized by irregular and low income. Though the women, those who are working with the unorganized sector, their jobs are irregular and their income is also very low. They are very low paid. In this sector, there is an absence of basic facilities like maternity leave, child care and other social security systems. These are also the drawbacks of unorganized sector, means there is no provision for maternity leave, child care, as well as there is no guarantee for their social security. However, women with high education and skill formation are paid at par with the men. But as the education or the literacy rate is increasing among women, so some of the women nowadays are working with organized sector because they are well qualified and well trained, and sometimes they are earning more than the men. Among the organized sector, teaching and medicine attract them the most, and these are the two important sectors which are mostly attracted by the women worker. Either it is the teaching sector or a medical sector. Some women have entered administrative and other services, including jobs that need high levels of scientific and technological competence. Nowadays, as the literacy rate is being high and as well as the awareness is spreading among women's, or there is a slightly change in mindset of the people also. So some of the women are also joining the administrative sectors or where they need high scientific and technological competence. Now children, look over here. This is the quality of population. Beta, quality of population depends upon the three parameters. The three parameters are literacy rate, health of a person indicated by life expectancy, and skills acquired by the people of the country. Literacy rate, health status and skill formation. These are the three parameters which decides or the quality of population in a particular country. Now, what are the results? It decides the growth rate of the country. Okay, the quality of population, if in a particular country literacy rate is high, so definitely the country would develop. If the people are healthy, so definitely people will work a lot, will be able to work hard and produce more, and indirectly it will develop the country. In the same way, if the country people are skilled, well trained in a particular activity, so definitely it will increase the growth rate of the country's development. Now, literate and healthy population is an asset for the country. This is the this is the final result. If any country is having number of literate people and healthy people, so that literate and healthy population is considered as an asset for the country, as in case of Japan. Japan is a country where maximum old age people are living, but all they are healthy and working hard, as well as the people are literate also, they are well trained also, they are skilled in various kinds of activities. So that is why, being a small country without any in absence of natural resources, that country is much developed. That is one of the developed country as compared to India. Now, here you can see the role of education in human capital formation. Education, as I told you, this is one of the parameter, one of the important pillar to in human capital formation. So, what is the role played by education? First of all, input for growth of human being. It is one of the input. As much as we will make the people literate, as much as people will be educated, so definitely the people that will increase the individual growth of human being. If all the human being in a particular country will develop, so automatically the country will be developed. Now next, it opens new horizon, new aspirations, and develops value of life. New horizon, if we are educated, so definitely we are having number of scopes to get employment, to start our work for earning livelihood. New aspiration, it gives lots of goals and aims and objectives to gain in our life, and develops value of life. If we are educated, so definitely it helps to make a life, quality life. Okay, our thoughts, everything get changed, our personality basically grooms. Now next, contributes towards growth of society. As much as people will be educated, so definitely they will make a good society. Okay, there would not be any tension, mutual tension, misunderstandings, and the way of talking, everything would be changed. So automatically the society would be changed. Now enhances national income, cultural richness. Yes, as much as people will be educated in a particular country, so definitely they will contribute for the national